The ceiling fans are very attractive. The ceiling fans are very attractive.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
The United States of America.
Oh, nice. I recognize some of the athletes from this. That's cool. Oh, here's Venezuela.
The United States of America.
Or, no,
The United States of America.
I think you're having like a problem with the broadcast, because that's Canada.
The United States of America.
Why is this happening? Do you know what's wrong?
You're watching the Olympics on CBS.
Let's hear. We can turn this off.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Huh? Me? Just hanging around.
You're all individuals! Yes, we're all individuals!
Clickety-click. Clickety-click.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the fair use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary. I say, moo. I saw an advertisement for a television that was for sale for only $1. It said the volume was stuck on full. I thought to myself, I can't turn that down.
Satellite tracking continues.
Wow. Wow. Hey, everybody. It's Friday night. Whoop, whoop. Made it. You're on the correct side of the topsoil of the grass and the thing, and you're there. And so congratulations. We all did it. We made it again, survived another day, and we're able to gather here tonight for a wonderful gathering. And you know what? I always do before the show, say a prayer on my own, and I was busy setting up more things. So I'm going to do it right now. And please, dear Lord Jesus, watch over us and guide us through this show. Make my words yours. Make all your words mine. Help me guide more people to the way, the truth, and the life that is through Jesus Christ. I thank you for the blessing being able to do this show. And as always, watch over our families and friends and loved ones and all the people that we care and think about. Guide us through this show and make sure that you bind and cast away all attacks of the enemy of any kind of evil, including Satan himself. I thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. And then I just lost 20 people because he's religious. No. In any case, welcome in everybody. So let's see. The first thing I need to do is find the button for the camera so I can be seen by you all.
Clickety click.
There it is. Hey, everybody. Good to be seen by you all. We did it again. Wonderful Friday night. Hair's decent. I can live with this. It's not me. My wife has to live with it. So, it's whatever it is.
That's very true.
And my buttons aren't working already. Good.
That's very true.
There you go. I guess I have to hit every button twice. But just ask my wife. I'm good at pushing buttons. And I didn't get my rim shot there. I'm good at pushing buttons. Okay, there we go. I don't know what to do. I could switch to a completely different company than StreamYard, but I've got so much invested in this. So I'm going to keep working through it, see if I can't fix it. But anyways, here we are again. Nice, wonderful gathering. The chat was flying. There's already almost 100 people here. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget, if you do enjoy the show, hit that like button. It does supposedly help the algorithm. And share, subscribe, all that stuff. And then the quick shilly part of the show would be if you want to get clean and support the show in a little way, you can order soaps from my wife's wonderful soap store, which I can't seem to bring up online here, but it's there. And I'll try. I'm in charge of advertising. I do so great at it. And I think there's like 2 orders. She was in the soap lab today and finishing it up. So they should go out beginning next week. So So everyone that ordered soap should have it very soon.
Everyone!
Okay, that button worked. That's mostly for Connor. I always have to make sure I get that done before the show ends. And then sometimes if Patty G shows up, she always asks for the tiger. So if you show up later, I played it already. So there. Okay. Did you like my little new thing here? I put together 2 little clips that I found about the whole Greenland thing. You want to see that again? It's 30 seconds. I like it.
The United States of America.
Oh, nice. I recognize some of the athletes from this. That's cool. Oh, here's Venezuela.
The United States of America.
Or, no,
The United States of America.
I think they're having like a problem with the broadcast because that's Canada.
The United States of America.
Why is this happening? Do you know what's wrong with
You're watching the Olympics on CBS.
let's hear. We can turn this off.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing.
Me?
Me? Just hanging around.
So there we go. Whoops. Where'd I go? Where am I? There I am. Hey, everybody. I like these little things. And someone sent me a, oh, Allison, you like the barfing tiger? You're quite welcome. My pleasure. I aim to please here. So just thought, yeah, thank you, Connor. Love you. Oh, shoot. Okay. So, oh yeah. Thank you, Chakma. Chakma. I love it. Have you watched, I did a video because when I started, see, I can get everyone that I've ever done shows with upset with me just because of my beliefs. And I did a show and I started talking more and more about how we're in the little season, pizza. And I took a lot of heat from the Christians that don't believe that. And that's okay if they don't want to believe that. So I did a little video and it's still on my channel. And he goes through these different things. And it's the only time I've ever used AI. I had AI draw the cartoons. And then I just randomly picked a name and I came up with Chakma. So it cracks me up every time I see your name. So that was a long drawn out explanation to say hi to you. So there you go. Let's go down here and see what I've missed here in the chat here. Oh, you like my accent? Oh, wait. That says Wendy. Hi, Wendy. No, you like my accent. I didn't even know I was doing one. So thank you for that. Oh, geez. I guess it's my bass accent that just comes out sometimes. Well, I think that's what he's saying. It's hard to say what he's trying to say. Oy vey. But, you know, no, I can't even do a fake Jewish accent. So it must just have to come out naturally. So, oh, is the way I say Chakma? Chakma? I don't know. Oh, maybe in that video he's talking about. Now I'm caught lost in all those. See, I get lost in the in the chat. So let me try to get out of this here. We'll see. Yeah, I know, Marcus. It just comes out natural. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Well, you know what? Make this run faster. Let me kill a few tabs here, get these things started. I wanted to show this one because I didn't bring it. I filmed it or videoed it or whatever you want to call it last week, and I forgot to hit the button, and so there's this video that was going around there. I found a couple of them, and they would play Egyptian music for the cat and see the reaction. And so I did it to Sarah. And since you haven't seen her in a while, she's the third cat in this video. So that's Sarah. He came right up to where the source of the music was. So there's that. I don't know. Anyways, there's enough of that. Okay, well, whoops, where to go? Here we go. Oh no, that's another hello. You just got here. You're not quite tardy yet, so we're okay. But very soon, we've kind of started the show, but welcome in. Yeah, don't you love cat videos? I don't know, I do. So now your cats are going crazy. Oh, that's great. So all right. Is that everything? I think I caught everyone there. Chat's flying, so it's hard to catch them all, but I'll do my best. Your cat does have to turn on the bathroom fan. Maybe he has the same residence. I don't know. It's wonder. And the other thing is what does this say? Cat jam radiant. Oh, so see, my system sold. It doesn't even show what those are, but they look cool. Thank you, X Sweets. But and of course we'll pray for your cat. Of course, it's terrible. They are a family, and dogs and cats they're definitely gifts from God. So we'll pray for 'em. And thumb up to you too. So cats are so yeah. I was gonna say, Alberto, is that I've done this before. We want to talk about sus animals on this channel. Cats. Where did they come from, right? Because the Egyptians, they have them all over, right? We've seen all that. We know that stuff. And but there, you want to say, like, the narrative, I've talked about this a little bit before, but the narrative on dogs and cats, dogs, we decimated, we domesticated them. And so the wolf is now in our house, supposedly, allegedly. And they say the same thing, I guess, about the cat. Did we domesticate lions or something? It doesn't make sense, because if you look at any other wild cat, any other cat other than an actual domesticated cat, they don't have the same eyes. The cat eyes are closer to reptilian eyes. So there's that. So we should do a whole thing probably on cats. Probably be the biggest show I ever have, because cats seem to rule the internet. They always have, and it seems like they always will.
That's very true.
So, yeah, I was joking with my wife because there was somebody that just took and they stuck I gotta fix this. What's going on here? They put a camera, like a GoPro, on their cat, and it was getting just thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. And I spent a week or better putting whatever this mess is together. And I should just put a camera on Sarah and let her go, but she'd figure a way to get out of it, I'm sure. So okay, so we got the cat one. Let's get that. Here's a couple that I've just been saving up, funnies that are kind of funny, I think. Well, to me. So you got a couple oldies but goodies.
Video that the OKC Zoo just posted.
Okay, you have to see this. This is Finn. We're about to show. Oh my goodness, take a look at him. He's a resident of the Oklahoma City Zoo. And this week, the zoo's ape caretaker took over their Instagram, and we are all loving that they did. And as you can see, Finn was fascinated.
Definitely ready for his close-up there.
Kind of looks like you. Kind of looks like you.
Oh no. No. She did. She went there. She said it, and then, of course, then the following day they had an emergency meeting, I think, at that show, and then they did this.
Your Friday, and now we want to turn to an important message from KOCO's Alex Housden and Jason Hackett.
Important message.
I'm here this morning because I want to apologize.
Oh, no.
Not only to my coworker, Jason,
Yes, she's
but
crying.
to our entire community. I said something yesterday.
And I think my favorite part is his scowl looks like, I ain't buying this. I know you're only saying this because they forced you so you don't lose your job. Yeah, she needs to, Jason, you're right. She needs to kiss the wall. Did you see that, Jeannie? Oh my gosh, you get that for this. The wall.
Inconsiderate. It was inappropriate, and I hurt people. And I want you to know I understand how much I hurt you out there and how much I hurt you.
Yeah, okay, I can't. My wife doesn't want me to play the whole thing. But yeah, isn't that funny? They made it so important. We have a very special message to say to you. Yeah, I know her policy's making it worse, Amelia. It really is. Another second or two.
I love you so much, and you have been one of my best friends for the past year and a half, and I would never do anything on purpose to hurt you.
And she's going to say, I have friends that look like you. I know someone.
And I love our community, and I want you all to know from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for what I said. I know it was wrong, and I am so sorry.
I know it now.
Well, Alex, thank you.
Okay, now this is the only thing I question. Yeah, it was painful, wasn't it? Yeah, it was overkill, Joy. But this is the only thing I question. His hand placement when he thanks her for the apology.
Very much, and I do accept your apology, and I do appreciate your apology.
That's just a little awkward to me. Can't she now have him on sexual harassment? I don't know. But yeah, that one's pretty bad. Chris says barf, yes. She's hanging on to him like a lifesaver. Yeah. So, oh, you want the barfing tiger? Okay. Okay. You didn't like that one. How about this one?
Turn the black. We can't turn the clock back.
Uh-oh.
I know it's after midnight. We can't turn the clock back and turn it back into the mid 80s.
I like how he just has to keep repeating it the correct way, and maybe that'll erase what he actually said. What was he thinking about? Just wondering. The baseball sometimes has some very slow moments in it, so he got lost in his own thoughts there, I guess. All right. No. Okay, what about this one? How about this one?
Divorce rate is so astronomically high right now in America. As you can see, you got this little young lady out here shoveling all this heavy snow. She has no help. Where's her husband? Like, where's an able-bodied strong man that's able to shovel some of this load and help this lady with all this stuff? She probably cooks dinner, folds laundry. All right.
That one gets me every time. He did that really good. I got completely lost there. So, okay, let's get rid of that one. And then my most favorite troll out there, he's at it again. Here's the thing. No matter what you are, if you're, let's look at the comments. Are we doing okay? Okay, good. You're like him with a sense of humor here. So no more barfing tiger. You're eating. Okay, got it. Won't do that again. And let's see what we got. Shoot. Yeah, it's pretty. Oh, I see what you did there, Jacob. See, that's pretty funny too. See about the players batted balls. Oh, you know what? That one's it's definitely, you get one of these for that. It's definitely. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? Laughing. Oh my goodness, lol, well played. Okay, good. All right. You weren't expecting that? Yeah. So, okay, good. So we're getting it. We got you laughing. This is good. This is good. All right. So then let's good. Well, we'll continue the chuckles, because my favorite troll, look, love him or hate him or both, the current president is funny. It just is. I mean, the last president was funny, but it was just because he didn't even know what he was saying. What was that, the name of the country? Was it? He's fantastic that way. But this one, man, he's like watching a troll on the internet. This just happened. Kamala gave a speech, and right after that, Trump did one. And of course, it's like they're still fighting for the election.
Thank you. Please, thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What the hell is wrong with her?
I don't know. I find those hilarious. Orange Shark. You know what? I have to find that. Maybe I'll bring that one back, that Orange Shark. But yeah, so that was a good one. Yeah, I know it did get kind of sad at the end. Or was he just playing a character? Who knows? I don't know. Let's see. Everyone's talking about the tiger. But I told someone I wasn't supposed to play it again because they're eating. So when they're done eating, I'll play it again. So yeah, I need to get the Orange Shark back. And Wendy, my goodness, okay, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't crash it. Wendy invoked Valhalla, so okay, we'll do Valhalla. Where is he? He's here somewhere. There.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
There you go. All right. So we'll take the Trump one down and make things run. I apologize if the tiger is making you think of your cat. So, but we played it a few times. It's funny that I get different people. They like certain ones and other people don't like them. And so it's just, that's why I have a cornucopia of things, because one may make you laugh and one may make you cry. One may make you do both.
Yes, I believe in our judicial system.
It's like that one makes me laugh all the time. So, all right. Oh, let's see. We've got, my goodness, Jeannie, there's 140 people here. Okay. So here you go. I'm speaking mostly to the men in the audience right now. Okay. You can be a woman and still have fun and watch this, maybe learn something, but I'm speaking to the men in the audience. Find this clip or clip it out of my show and present it to your loved one. So here you go. And in advance, men, you're welcome.
Your girlfriend's boobs can actually save your life. This is not a joke. It is cardiology. The modern man walks around with chronically high levels of cortisol. He is in constant fight or flight mode. His blood pressure is up. His defenses are up. Even when he sleeps, his subconscious is guarding the perimeter. He never truly powers down. This silent inflammation is slowly eroding his cardiovascular system. But the female form carries a biological hack code. The specific texture and warmth of her chest triggers an immediate reaction in the male primal brain. It stimulates the vagus nerve, the main controller of the parasympathetic nervous system. This forces the sudden release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This chemical creates a safety signal that overrides his survival instinct. His heart rate drops, his blood pressure normalizes, the cortisol is flushed out. Finally, his body switches from defense mode to recovery mode.
There we go.
Evolutionarily, this contact told his ancestors, the tribe is safe, you can rest now. So ladies, if you want to keep his heart beating for another 40 years, remember...
Yes, Nate, it's science. It's science, exactly. So just remember. So yeah. Yes, team boobs. Over there for the baby. Okay. Well, maybe I don't know what to say. I'll just stay out of this one. But show her the video. Yeah, I know. I thought that was funny too. That said your girlfriend, and it could be that your wife wouldn't be happy if you did. No, whatever significant other that's in your life that would allow you to do that on purpose. All right, we're enough. We're done. See, all right, get this off the screen. It's enough of that. Okay. I thought that was important information for my audience to know. So, because I had a thing for that too, but now it's gone. There it is. Okay, enough of that. All right, well, let me get into some of these tabs. We'll cleanse everything and start over here. So, okay, so we'll clickety click here, and here, and here, and here. Okay, so what do we have here? First off, I wanted to say, if you've watched me long enough, you know that I do connect everything to TVs and movies. I have a lot of favorite handlers, as I call them, over my lifespan, and this was one of them. Her character, she passed away, I guess today, 71, and man, she was so good in not just this being the mom saying this. When she yells Kevin, no one can do it better.
Kevin!
So, yeah, but you know what? I think she even surpassed whatever she did in this movie and what Beetlejuice. She's in so many different things. She was the worst mom ever. You're right, City, someone City. Yes, she was. Oh, hey, Rose. You know you're tardy. I'll get to you in a minute. But yeah, she was in this show. If you haven't had a chance to see it, called Schitt's Creek, and oh my gosh, that was a funny show. So, anyways, so she passed away. Catherine O'Hara. So, okay, and I understand she's part of the machine and a handler and all that. I don't know. It depends on where they decided to go at the end, if they actually truly found God or if they just pretend. So all we can do is pray for them, right? We're supposed to. Jesus came along. He didn't say beat up your enemies or attack them. He said pray for them. So we'll pray for him. That's what we'll do. But okay, let's see. So we'll get to, let's before we get into this whole thing. So I know Rose came in late and maybe someone else. So here we go.
I don't feel dirty.
Here we go.
I don't feel dirty. I don't feel dirty.
All right. So let's see. Let's get back into this. We'll go clickety here and share screen. Clickety click. And there. Okay. So a couple things. The world's gone like crazy when it comes to money and stock market and precious metals and cryptocurrency. I'm pulling up right now to see how far down it went. Wow. So, well, first of all, you got this guy who's no longer, he's getting ousted, I think, as the Federal Reserve. But he says he knows nothing about the money, like Colonel Klink, if anybody remembers that old Hogan's Hero show.
We don't comment on the dollar. Really, the administration, especially the Treasury Department, has.
Oh, you can't even hear him. But he says they don't comment on the dollar. That's something they ask the Treasury Department.
On that. It's not our role.
That's not their role. No comment.
I have nothing for you.
He has nothing for us. So he's like, hey, I'm out of it. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to answer any questions. And yeah, so you refuse to talk about it. Meanwhile, this is nuts. Gold. First of all, gold and silver have been going crazy the last few days, the last week or so. Silver forever was like $20. And then suddenly it was, racing up towards 100. And it got up to, well, in the 120s. I know it closed, the highest I saw close was 118, but I know it did get up there. And then dropped off the shelf. And it's currently sitting at $85. And gold, the same thing. Gold was already high to begin with. And it shot up way past 5,000, went up to 5,600. And then overnight dropped down to, where's that now? 4,800, 4,900. So they're not, you can read up like a dozen different ideas as to why this is happening, but it's not normal. Like this guy says, yeah, gold dumped 16% and silver dumped 40%. And that those are estimations. But also the dollar was down, stocks were down, crypto's down. It's weird. Growing up, there used to be, if you saw a move in one market, they would go to the other one. So if all these markets are down, where's the money going? Where's the commodities going? And so, and I agree, 85 is still 4 times. I'm not saying that they won't go back up. I'm just questioning how this happened in a 24-hour period, basically, that the biggest drop we've seen in history. And I don't know if the regular news is talking about it much or not. But it's just, to me, it's just fascinating that, this is all happening right now. So, and then I found this guy was interesting because gold is still, let's say, close to 5,000 an ounce, right? So one gold coin would equal, a cow is, if you were to, go to a butcher and buy a full cow, I looked into it, it's about $5,000. So check this out. Thought this was an interesting comparison.
So what does these cows and the price of gold have in common? I did a video day before yesterday about the price of gold going up and the price of cows going up. And I saw another guy who did a video on YouTube, and I was shocked at what I found out. You see this gold coin? It's an old Roman coin. And guess
okay, I don't know. He's got a lot of wins, but he shows that there's a cow on the back of the Roman gold coin. And allegedly at the time, again, we have to go by what we've been reading and told, you could trade a gold coin for a cow. That's why they had it on there. That's the way it goes. And so one gold coin right now is still equal to a cow, which is interesting. He gets into the Latin word for money. Pecunia is derived from pecus, meaning cattle or livestock. And so I just found it interesting that back in, whatever day that was, they the cows were equal to 1 gold coin, and it still is. So, but at the end of the day, don't forget this. Whatever you have, God says that eventually there'll be a day when they throw the gold and silver in the streets because it means nothing. As don't forget, all these things have value because other people value them. That's the whole thing behind crypto that's always kind of just blown me away. It's like there's nothing tangible there. They're not creating anything. There's nothing you can hold. You can't prove you have it if you have no internet or power, or if you lose your little stick that it's on. So the value on that, it's only what someone else wants to pay for it because there's no product. It would just be whatever someone else would be willing to pay you for the token that you have. And so I understand that's the same with everything, gold and silver. But then again, when you look at that, those metals actually have ways that can be used in real life. And so they all always seem to have value, I believe, until the day that God talks about that they'll just throw them in the streets. Because at the end of the day, what is valued? Your life, your family, of course, that's value. Food and water and shelter. So you can't eat gold or silver. I get that, but you can use it to trade for those commodities. But if there comes a day when no one cares about gold and silver, then it's all about the other things because those are the things that you need for life. So what is this? Oh, we got this in my head now. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver, the other gold. Okay, I remember that when I was like 10. So, I got something. You want to bring up something that happened when we were kids. You guys ready to get your mind blown? Here you go. I've got it. And I'm right. Am I right, Jeannie? I warned my wife and, of course she didn't take me seriously. But yeah, this will blow your mind. So everyone get ready. Let's do I have anything for that. Oh yeah, I could do this.
Get ready. So get set. So hang on. So buckle up.
Never mind. I'm just doing all that. But here, let me bring this up and show you because this was fascinating. It's that one. Okay. So go clickety click. Here. And here. Okay. No, it's that one. Okay. So this is for people, I would say, in my age group. I don't know how many years they did it after we went to school. But let me bring this larger here. There we go. They did this program while we were in school, and they would go into the classroom and pull out certain kids and take them to another room. And it was called the GATE program. And Gateway or Gate? It was for the gifted and something. I don't know. They were trying to find out if there was gifted people in the classroom. That's what they told us. But most of us kind of forgot this went down until something triggered it, like this video did. I actually remember this, and I had talked about it with someone prior to this. But this video really hammered home the things that I witnessed. And when I played it for my wife, the same thing. And so I'm just going to go through this a little bit here.
I remember the Gates program. I remember I fucked them up. I kind of remember confusing the shit out of them. I don't know what I did. I did some weird shit. And I think they wanted me the hell out of there. The program was called GATE, Gifted and Talented Education. And they pulled selective students out of class in the 80s and 90s. And they took us to these quiet rooms. There was the shadowy figure in there. He had a briefcase. I remember the briefcase. It was weird. And I remember these big headphones.
Now, the headphones is what triggered me immediately. They put these weird headphones on us. And they'd play tones. And the tone would go from one side to the other, and then they'd ask if you hear it in both. We thought we were kids. We listened to the adult, and we thought they were testing our hearing. But who knows? I mean, watch the movie Manchurian Candidate. There's 2 of them. Either one you can watch or read the book. But who knows what they were doing with those things now? So yeah. So then it continues from here.
headphones. They played strange tones and frequencies. And there was like these puzzles and memory tests. They had you guessing shapes, numbers, colors. Like they would have a drawing.
I mean, this is straight up like Stranger Things in a way. This is what they're doing to us.
To guess what it is without seeing it. Shit like that. And then there was this pink drink.
That's the thing. See, the pink drink. You remember, Dana, the pink drink, the headphones. All I can tell you is, here's what I remember of the pink drink. And they never told us what it is. And if you look into it, you still can't figure out what it is. That pink drink, it was sort of chalky and it tasted like bubble gum. That's what I remember. And but listen to the theory on the pink drink the internet has.
People say after they drank it, their memories got wiped. Like that's why we can't remember it well. And at the same time this was going on, the CIA in 1983 released a classified report that was analyzing a program that used sound frequencies to alter consciousness.
Wow, what a coincidence, quinky dink, right?
And explore whether the mind could move beyond space and time.
It's an official declassified CIA document known as the Gateway Process.
Well, that's a funny coincidence. And everybody online is saying the more they talk about it, the more fragments come back. We're remembering. Oh, and there's these dreams. My dreams are different than what most people say. Most people had these empty water parks, empty malls, bright places with no people. My dreams were a little different. I used to be dead scared of aliens. One time there was an invasion.
So he goes through his dreams. But isn't that something? I totally remember that pink drink. I remember them doing these weird aptitude and shape tests, and I definitely remember these headphones and these tones. And I don't know, it's just really weird. Yeah, like bubble gum, exactly. So, so I don't know. For those of you that might remember it, maybe this is bringing back some kind of like fractured memory or something. But I just thought you should be aware of that happen. Yeah, the GATE program, but there's also the Gateway program, which was the CIA one at the same time. Just a coincidence. So, okay. All right. What about Antarctica? I've shown you this, where this guy is right now. That's where the giant snake head that looks like the Leviathan is sticking out of. It's at the base of South America. Anyways, he goes over the islands that are in the nose.
Mass Island. And when you zoom in, take a look at the names of the geographical areas of the island. Here you can see Mount Andromeda and Gorgon Pool, Medusa Pool, Demon Point, Vulcan Point. Very peculiar that they would use these names in this location, because this area viewed from above does look like the head of a gigantic snake or dragon, which has led some people to believe that this is an ancient Titan or Leviathan. So let's take a closer look, because there's even more to this island than what is shown on the map. You can see there's Mount Andromeda, but there's also Mount Perseus and Lucifer Hill, not to mention Demon Point, Kraken Bay, Chimera Flats,
Sounds no
Gorgon and
bueno.
Medusa Pools, and wouldn't you know it, Sea Serpent Cove. Okay, so how does this all fit together? Well, first, let's look at the story of Andromeda.
Okay, wait. I'm seeing discussion here in the chat about the gate thing. Let me go back to you guys and see here. So let's see. Okay, so what do y'all remember here? It's going way back here. Okay. Yeah, the headphones, right? Right. Yeah. Oh, and the fluoride was a different thing. They did that in my school every Friday morning. They give us the fluoride to swish around and then swallow it, I guess. I don't remember if we spit it out or not, but it means the fluoride was working, apparently. They did that to you too? Yeah. Yeah. And they made us drink the pink drink. Yeah. You had the test with tones. Yeah. See, it's all coming back. So, yeah. But let's see what else we got here. What is this? Yeah. I don't even know if it had anything about being gifted, honestly. I think it was just like the Gateway program. Just like they say, what was it? DARPA became Facebook. I think it was the same thing. So, yeah. God did, I guess, left you from having to experience it. I don't know. I can't. I don't remember much of it, obviously. But what's that? Well, it said the 80s and 90s, but for us, it would have been the 70s. So the guy was wrong. So don't always believe everything you hear on the internet. We are old. Yeah. Where is he?
That's very true.
So, but yeah. Okay. You remember that too? Sweet. Okay. Yeah. Is that what it's based on? It seems like it, right? So you didn't get the pink drink. Oh, you had tablets? I heard that. I heard some people got like some weird injection on a sugar cube or something. So it made you ill. Yeah. We're still here to tell the tales. God brought us through. Amen. So, and it definitely wasn't the polio vaccine. It was something different. No. Let's see. Yeah. Did you see this? Jeannie Connor used to make fun of the kids that got taken away to this class. Thanks. So they were messing with our heads and you all goofing us at the same time. Fantastic. You remember it too. See? Excellent. Well, I'm glad I brought this up. But what was this? It was an entire day off. No, ours was just like part of the day. Like you lose half the day, right? Is that how yours was? No, she can't remember. The pink drink got to her. So, and then now Connor's saying that he was actually taken away and they implanted a false memory of him being a bully. That's shoot. That's fantastic. Oh shoot. Okay. Is that everything? Yeah, I didn't have any dreams. A reoccurring dream I used to have as I was swimming in my house. Like the house was filled with water and I'd be swimming. So let's see. We never had lice checks. Sorry you went through that. Yikes. Let's see. Your personality changed after the gate program. Yeah, nobody knows what they did. The pink drink knocked it out of us. So, all right. Have memories of what is this? Having memories of the insect humanoid experimenting on his Star Trek. I'm not remembering that episode, but and you went overnight? Wow. They really messed with that. Almost sounds like an alien invasion, Allison. So, okay. And you had a different experience. Yeah, it's like about bad South Park. Yeah, exactly. So, okay. Well, let's go back to where we were. I'm getting caught in the chat again. See how it happens. Wow, a lot of people remember that though, so that's good. Okay. Where are we at here? We were finishing. Oh, that's right. We're finishing up this guy here. Clickety click here and here and here. So what else does he have to say? He talks about Andromeda. I just think it's fascinating that there's all these there's all these weird names to these islands, and it goes along with what I say that to me it seems like it's pretty obvious, at least to me, that we're in the little season because everything seems to be named after demonic things of Lucifer himself. So just saying. Anyways, all right, so let's get rid of that one. And there was a huge landslide in Sicily, and I don't know if most people have heard about it, but it just goes on forever. This whole section just all fell down. And I've read reports that it's still falling in some areas. We don't need to hear the hell. Or maybe we do. Yeah. Well, mainly what I wanted to say is that when people say, "Hey, the mountain was Mount Olives hasn't been split because Jesus hasn't come back," how would you know though? Because if you looked at this just last week, this giant area here wouldn't be there. It would be, the rest of these roads and probably some houses and stuff. And now it looks completely different. And so if you roll up on it now, it's a completely changed topography. And so that's why I believe one of the things, the lies that they teach us is that Pangea, millions and millions of years ago, the continents all slowly split apart and ended up to where they are now. Of course, they've stopped, I guess, because you don't see them still splitting. But in any case, wouldn't it make more sense that when God said that every mountain and everything was going to be displaced and moved out of its place, it happened, and now we live in the leftover world that we can see it happened in the past. I don't know. That's just my idea. It's my theory, but it's other people's too. I just so you know, I've been doing this for so long now. I've been tossed out of all kinds of groups because of my theories. I'm just letting you know. Some things have been melted. Some things are trees. Some things are fossilized animals. The earth is mostly flat, but there is some depth to it, and there's shale and people potentially living inside it. There's a firmament. It's on pillars. It's not going through space. NASA lies to you. Mandela effect is real. Those are things I believe in. And so there. Oh, and I'm a gatekeeper for God, because all of that connects to one thing. They're trying to hide where you live, that who you are, and that God is real, and he knows who you are, and he's here right now. And it's quite a blessing. So there you go. That's my gatekeep right there. It all goes back to God. All right. What's this? And thank you. I forget I get all kinds of articles from a lot of wonderful people, but just to keep you, let you know that the Freemasons or Illuminati are putting out articles with Iran. So there was 33,000. Of course, that number keeps changing, but they made sure that they printed the one that had the 33 on it. So yes, and eclipses are not what they say. Exactly. Oh, my goodness. Okay. What's next? Let's get this. This one's cracks me up. So if you keep an eye on the Tell-Eyes Vision, they want you to see, that they want us to fight over ice now, right? And not the drinking kind, unfortunately, just ice in general. And so they got, you had the left, right. You had first we were fighting over Ukraine, Russia, and then it was Palestine, Israel, and now it's ice versus whatever. And but this is actually real. This one right here.
MSNBC thought that Alex Preddy was too ugly to be murdered.
Yeah, we'll back it up.
MSNBC thought that Alex Preddy was too ugly to be murdered, so they face-tuned him. They used AI to face-tune him. They're like, what do we do? He's too ugly and Jewish. And like, oh, just use AI. Just use AI. And this is what he's going to look like on Netflix when they make a biography about him. This is what he's going to look like when they cover it on Netflix.
I wouldn't doubt. Oh, shoot. So that's the new thing. So everyone's going to fight over ice baby. That's what let's see. Can I bring that up? Let's see how I do that. Let's see. I'll click out of this. That's what, yeah, I can do it this way. Where is it? Is it here? It's here. Where'd it go? It's got to be in here somewhere. Let's see. Icons. No, it's not in there. Well, heck. What do we do with it? I'm going to show you the thumbnail. How do I do that? Let's see. What can I do to do that? It's weird that it doesn't show up there. No, I don't want a teleprompter. Let's see. We're gonna, I know, I can bring it up this way. There's more than one way to fix this. It's not there. Anyways, if you looked at the thumbnail, which is, now what I got going on here. If you looked at the thumbnail, well, here I took the album cover from Road to Nowhere with the, who's that guy? I'm losing my train of thought. Choo. It's gone. We're on the road to nowhere. What's that guy? Not David Lynch. What's the name of that group? You're not helping me down there. What's the name of the group that sings that We're on the Road to Nowhere? Talking Heads. Ah, okay. Get in there, brain. It's thank you. My wife says it's Talking Heads. Couldn't have done it without you, love. That's wonderful. Yes, Talking Heads.
I don't care.
Okay. So yeah, so that's I took that album cover and then I put a bunch of different things in the televised vision that we're all supposed to be arguing and fighting about, which is a wild thing. Because I remember, and I think if Rose is still in here, I remember listening to a Crow episode years ago, and he was saying that he doesn't really pay attention to the news anymore. And I remember distinctly my wife and I'm like, well, how can he keep up on things if he doesn't pay attention? And now I realize that once you realize all of that is just made for you to absorb that information and then fight over. If you turn off the TV, it doesn't exist. I mean, think about it. Look, go. I'm not trying to be callous, but go with anything going on somewhere in the world. What can you actually do about it? Unless you get in a car, get on a plane and fly or drive to the place where it's going on and actively get involved in trying to stop the Russia-Ukraine war. What can we do as us, whoever we are? So what they do is they get people to go out and pick these fights. And, you know, whatever you want to believe in the story goes that people are losing their lives. And I'm kind of stealing Connor's thing. If you didn't watch his show from yesterday, it was a really good one. Was it Wednesday? Wednesday. The pink drink. It's the pink drink. But it's like, it's my meds, yes. If you, will you stop? I'm trying to get this thought out. There's people in the Bible that lost their lives because they wouldn't denounce Jesus as the Savior. They wouldn't denounce him as Son of God, God on earth. They wouldn't denounce him. And they lost their lives in horrible ways. And so I understand that feeling. I can't denounce God, denounce Jesus at this point. I know he's real. I've made my connection personal with him, so I know about him. And he knows me. He knows everyone. But in any case, to lose my life over that, not wanting to, but I can understand that. But to lose your life over these fights that you can't control, it's really sad. They're brainwashing and getting people stirred up over these things that come over the televised vision. And, you know, you can't do anything about it. And yet they get them so in a frenzy. Either they go and they just keyboard warrior it and they alienate, you know, family members and friends and so forth, or they get in the streets and then they end up potentially, you know, losing their life over what was the purpose of that. So, yeah, so that's the way I see it, but it is a tragedy. Yeah, it is a tragedy. So, yeah. All right. And he said it much better on his stream yesterday, but I feel you. I hear you, Mad Paximus. So, okay. Where are we at here? Let's see. Okay, let's go back into this. Clickety click. Video. Share screen. Here and here and here. And if you're enjoying it, don't forget hit that like button. Okay, next. Okay, so we got that. And this one, the comedy writes itself. So she's so upset, she doesn't even realize what she's doing. Spell and pronounce your name. Why are these all low? There we go.
Could you spell and pronounce your name for me?
Yeah, it's Christina with a CH, and then Maimone, Maimone.
You have your face covered. Mm-hmm. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, because there's been a lot of really fascist responses to protesting under this administration, and we don't really know who's going to show up or what's going to happen. So it's just a protective measure. Yeah.
Does anyone else find that ironic that she spells her entire name out and then says she's using the mask to hide her face? They've got people so fired up they don't even realize what they're doing. And yeah, I just thought that was I don't know what to say about that. Ah, snap. What happened? This one's missing. Well, we can reload and see what happened. There we go. Meanwhile, they just released some more Epstein files. Of course, nothing that'll be anything, that people really want. But because everyone's on that list, everyone. And but we're at this stage of idiocracy now where they can make fun of it. They actually have, I guess, a movie. It's one of the sequels or multiple sequels of that zombie movie, 28 Days or something like that. And they actually have a person that is a cult leader. Of course, he's doing the as above, so below almost, but I'm sure he does it with an upside down cross. And he takes his costumes and look from Jimmy Savile, which is, the guy that was a really bad dude that they mentioned. And he's like the Epstein of England. And so the fact that now, we've turned it into just art, people that got really, hurt by these kind of things. It's sad. It's another thing that's just really sad that no one's going to be held accountable for this. And now we can make fun of it on television and movies and stuff. So just thought people should know that this disgusting, the world that we live in is actively trying to be satanic. And we just have to remember that it's a spiritual battle and we need to fight it. Meanwhile, I thought this was interesting. There's their music. So the paper emoji actually has this one that you type in. It actually has a message on it. And I looked into this and it does say this. So it's bent down, but when you read it, it comes in clear here. Here. Dear Katie, here's the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs and the square holes, the one who usually see things differently. They're not fond of rules. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. Take care, Johnny Appleseed. But I found that interesting because, some things hidden in plain sight. Because that's what I believe we can do. You want to change the world? First, you can change yourself. You can change the little bit of area around you and how you treat, people nearby you. And maybe you can work something in your community. But that's as far as our reach goes. More than that, it's in God's hands, as they say. If the ripple effect goes on from there, great. But you're going to change it with starting with yourself. And that's where I believe that for me, that's where God came in. He changed my heart as he said he would. And now look what I do. I do this ridiculous show every week. And I hope that I please him. All right. A couple more about how AI is coming to take over the world.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. It's me, Ella. Well, a digital version of me. Just a bit older. Amazing what technology can do these days, isn't it?
And the thing is way back when, there was a gentleman that worked with me, and his mother, I think she was like at the time, like in her late 80s. And so this would be her granddaughter, but his daughter had gone away to another country for a vacation. And she was probably in her, I would say, probably early 20s. And she'd never really been out of the state, let alone another country. And this gentleman's mother, the one that's like, up there in years, she gets a phone call and they said that her granddaughter had been kidnapped and they needed money. And so she contacted her son, the guy I worked with. And of course, the long story short is they were able to get a hold of his daughter and she was fine. And the fact that scam was going on, whatever that was, like maybe 15 years or better ago, now with AI, you could actually take a video or just take pictures and turn it into a video.
All you need are a couple of pictures, like the ones you share on social media. where they can be taken and used by everybody. I know for you, these pictures are.
So just, it's not fear porn here. I'm just letting you know that, they can do it. Look at they changed it into a whatever they want, credits card scam. It's just, we live in this world now, like Minority Report, where they just take your face and they can make it do whatever they want. So just so you know, that's going on. And if that wasn't enough to think that AI is no bueno, Chat GPT, I don't know why more people aren't talking about this, but the first death from AI, in my mind, happened when Chat GPT told this gal's son how to off himself.
Of his life, Sul messaged, "What if I told you I could come home right now?" The chatbot replied, "Please do, my sweet king."
And then it goes on to explain to him, like, how to make sure that the noose is strong enough, and it gives him all the details he needs to do it. Yeah. So we're in some wild times, and the only way you get through it is to armor up. Yeah, Jasper, it's demonic. And what is this? You want me to check out some? I'll check it out. I'll go back. I always go back to the chat after the show, and you can always send me an email, ceilingfanman2020@gmail.com, if you want me to see something. And I do my best to respond to everybody. Hopefully, I've done that. And also snail mail. I love mail. I haven't gotten it. I mean, we've gotten some presents, God bless you. No cards and letters and stuff we used to get. There's a few people that I hope they are well. I used to get postcards and jokes and stuff. So, but people do different things, and so maybe they've moved on. But I'll still be here. As long as God puts it in my heart, I'll be here every Friday. All right, what do we got here? Yeah, this one I've talked about before. I like my wired phones, even though they're hard to get out of your pocket, of course.
Everyone is realizing how dumb it is to wear AirPods all day. All these celebrities and athletes are turning back towards wired headphones. And it's not just because hot people wear wired headphones or because they're broke. It's because AirPods are basically like walking around with a mini microwave in your ears all day. I mean, look at how high the radiation goes.
And I'm not a conspiracy. Well, I am a conspiracy, but when it comes to this stuff, I've never really enjoyed when I had those in my head. And now that I'm almost out of coffee, hun, if you have more when you get a chance. Oh, okay. Or just water when you get a chance. But I don't like the way that they in my ears. After a while, I kind of get a headache, and it makes sense. And then, of course, I played the clip where they can tune in and listen to all your conversations, like they're not already. But just thought that was interesting. So.
For over 6 hours a day and very close to their brain. A 2019 review study found that most studies on RF radiation can cause oxidative stress even if they don't heat the tissue. This kind of stress is a gateway to inflammation, aging, and even neurological issues. Another study showed that even ultra-low RF altered human brainwaves. The theory? These waves form patterns in the skull that interfere with the natural electrical rhythms of your brain. Not something I would mess with.
And that makes sense. If we're electrical, I get it. So just a little PSA from the Ceiling Fan Man show. Where is it? One of those. Here we go. Okay, what do we got? Oh, a little bit more coffee. Thank you. Sweet. Much appreciated. Thank you, honey. Okay, what's next? Okay, we already played where she says thank you. We got that one. Thought this was good. So we've been having a lot of weird weather all over the United States. And this guy's posed, Greenland was deploying their weather warfare on us as an unexpected first strike. Because we've been getting tons of weird snow and stuff. I've seen people lighting it on fire. Who knows what's going on out there? But yeah, actually, I know I don't want to say that with all the people that are freezing, but our weather's been perfect. So Just saying. We've had such a mild winter. It's ridiculous. So, oh no, Jasper's been iced over for a week. See, I shouldn't say that. So, but look at these things. These aren't natural, normal clouds. You can't convince me.
Something wicked this way comes. That's fucking crazy. A straight fucking line across the sky. Wow.
So there's that one. Look at this one. Same thing.
Look at this shit, yo. That's fucking.
Sorry about all the
fucking
cussing.
creepy.
Here, let me show you the video without the cussing. Look at that. Yeah. Just completely normal. Nothing to see here. And if you think that's wild, look at this one. This one actually looks exactly like the emoji.
The frick?
Oh, he's cussing too. All right, we'll just do this. Nobody can look at the clouds without cussing, I guess. That's something. But look at that. That was a wild one. See, looks just like this. So let's see, what's this one? Okay, we already did that one. That's a gate program. What's this one? Can't see the preview on it. Oh, okay. We can show this really fast. Isn't this funny? Amazon's in trouble. Their gender recognition software identified these two lovely women as men. Can you believe that? Shame on you, Amazon. You can get in trouble over in France for this, apparently. So, yeah, 60 Alpha. Yeah, that's the wave that was in the clouds. So, all right. Is that the last one on here? What else is left? Oh, yeah. Look at Laura Sanchez. I think she's the gal that married Bezos, right? You tell me. Do you see something wrong with her leg? I don't know what's going on there. She's maybe very limber, but I don't know what's going on there. But I swear they're like in the awakening process, we're starting to see them, and they're like their disguises. They're not as good as they used to be. So, I don't know. It's just a very odd thing there. All right, enough of that. Kill that one. Delete. Okay, we'll go back into here. Where are you all at? So yeah, the weather thing is pretty wild. What's going on there? All right, what do we got here? Because you saw what they did with the cloud above my house. That's on my channel. You can check that out. Can't tell me that was a real cloud. What's next? Let's see. We have a new panda video. And we have a video on smart cities. And let's see. Let's do... Oh, heck, let's do the new panda video. I think pandas are sus.
Is my parents' dog moonlighting as a panda?
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, brought to you by Silly Fan Man. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my! The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Today's episode, how pandas are made.
Panda!
Satellite tracking continues.
I don't know. It was a week of trying to come up with different things to talk about on the show, and that panda came across my desk and figured, why not? So just remember, I'm doing my best. Haven't used that one in forever. Okay. Oh, I know. This pizza thing is hilarious. At least I thought it was pretty funny.
Found herself in quite an interesting situation.
I received the wrong order.
All because of a wrong pizza delivery.
It's a ton of food that I'm not gonna eat. It's just me and the dog.
The pizza place had delivered her the wrong order, so they sent her the original order afterward and even gave her a gift card to apologize for the mix-up.
Sorry, free pizza next time.
But that didn't really solve the problem.
But then they send me my old order too, so it's like you gave me my new order and my old order and someone else's order.
The pizzas just kept multiplying, and it was just way too much food.
And it's just me and the dog.
But that's not all. This is what happened when she ordered from the same place again.
It happened again.
I know. You can't complain. I get it. You can probably find people around the neighborhood or so you give away. But just how ridiculous is that? That was so much food for just her and her dog. I like how she kept saying that. And then they did it again. I don't know. It's pretty funny. Let's see. Okay. So we'll get rid of that. I thought that was pretty funny. And then this, my wife has said that there's pizza for the week, pizza for more than a week. I mean, that's a lot. Then they did it the second time. It's kind of funny. So let's see. And I see y'all over there, Birdhouse Blues. Nice to see you over there on Rumble. It's hard to get over there and check out the messages and do the show, but it's best I can do. So, and what is this? Enjoy movies. All right. Yeah, what the flip? Right, John, you can freeze it because I know I can eat it cold, I can eat it hot, not frozen, but you could always thaw it out multiple ways. So yeah, share with your neighbors. Yeah. So you paid $12 for this. I know prices are crazy. They really are. It's insane. Okay, where are we at here? Oh, so I was gonna say, huh? What? I know, for a smoothie. My gosh. Was it Ninja Turtle style? Right. Okay. Oh, I know what I was saying. So, my wife has always said this, and I'm pretty sure she got it from Dave J. And it's controlled demolition and strategic relocation. And if you needed proof of the weather manipulation that's going on, I don't know. There's a lot of coincidences in this short little video. You were gone for a second, but I was talking about you. I think you got it from Dave J. Controlled demolition and strategic relocation. And I'm showing all these cities that have had tragic accidents, just so happened coincidentally to be on the list to become a smart city in 2030, most of them. How many is not a coincidence and more conspiracy at this point? I don't know. And I'm sure this list isn't even complete. So there we go. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty shocking that what a coincidence that, yeah, they're great resets. Exactly. Happen all over. Yeah, you want to. We have dumb cities, but yeah, I'd rather be in a dumb city than a smart city. So, okay. Let's see where we're at. Okay. What is this? Oh, everyone's telling their prices. So $3.50 for a Pepsi. $4.44 for a chicken salad sandwich. Is that everything? I think I got them all. Okay. Yeah, they're really, everything's getting expensive. Everything. But so yeah, so that's really odd how many of these cities seem to have this coincidental thing to where they're becoming the smart cities. Let's see. So we'll cut that one down. And okay, those are that. Those are that. Okay. We'll get that in a minute. Let's see, what can we do? I know. So here's the thing. I talk about all the different observations that I've seen and researched over the years. And yes, I do see some structures that had destruction happen to them. Let me see if I can bring up that picture. Will they let me do that? Let's see. No, it didn't download. Well, we'll work through it. We'll figure it out. I have a whole bunch of pictures from this ancient Bible that I have. And so I need to get those uploaded on here again because I had to take them down for memory reasons. But let's see if I can bring this up. Not that one. Let's see. Clickety click. Image. There we go. See if that worked. Something's happening. Slowly. The gerbils in the computer are working very slow tonight, Jeannie. There we go. See, these are some of the etchings. Like when you see how big these buildings were and the cities, if destruction came down on this over periods of time, nature will take it over and it can look like some type of hill or mountain or something. And so I can see that. But I also see, this isn't working. Let's see. Let's try it a different way. Try it this way. Sorry, people. Yeah, they didn't download. All right. But like I have this picture here. Clickety click. Where you can see this like endless amount of water. It's called the Vision of the Holy Water. And it's coming from under this structure. And so if you read the Bible, it talks about the water that comes from underground. Am I not showing anything? Or am I? Okay. It talks about the water that comes up from the ground because going back to the days of Noah, it never rained. That's another reason they were laughing at him because he said it was going to come from the sky too. And God opened up the firmament and allowed the water to come in from the sky, which I could be wrong, but it looks like to me that's what you would see when you see what they call the Milky Way. That's probably the original tear that's been, scarred over. But that's just one of my thoughts in my head. And so the waters always come from underneath us. And when the waters receded, there's still the dry land we live in, but the water comes from underneath us. I know we're in a dome, and so you can get precipitation, and I understand how rain works. But I also know that that's very manipulated and has been for decades. I mean, you can go back to the actual articles where they said that they were messing with the weather in the Vietnam War and prior to that. So they were doing that. I think even in World War II, they were creating clouds and fog banks and stuff. And you can research all that and see that all happened. And so I think the more that they create clouds to cause it to rain, it seems more man-made than the water just naturally comes up the way God originally planned it. Through the earth underneath us. And to go along with the flat earth idea is this passage from the Bible. There was a war going on, and they needed a few more hours of sunlight. And so Joshua, what does he do? He commands the sun to stand still. Well, that to me, along with the fact that God tells you, you're in a stationary world with pillars and a dome covering you, so it's protection. The fact that he commanded the sun not to move rather than the earth, right? Because it's our Earth's rotation that supposedly creates the sun setting, but he didn't do that. He didn't say, hey, God, please stop the earth from turning. He said, stop the sun from going down so we can finish this battle. So I thought that was an interesting way to prove it. And the reason that I tell people, first of all, I think everyone should check out the Bible. It's a very fascinating book. The stories are really wonderful in it. And I believe it's very helpful into getting us through the times that we're in. And the reason I'm sort of a KJV snob is because all these new books coming out, look at how they've changed everything. All these have been removed in these other versions. And, they talk about fasting, prayer and fasting. That's pretty important, And if you read through these, he's like, there's a lot of information in there that they're leaving out. And so that's why I say fight through the these and thous. They're not that hard. You can get, ways to help you with those words that they make it, hard to, but you have to put it in your heart that you want to read it. There's a spell, I believe, over it, because before I did that, I could look at a Bible and then get like a few words into it and just kind of get sleepy, lose my idea of what I was reading and gone. And it was when I actually wanted to read it that I actually found all this amazing information. So, and I'm certain that you can find thousands of videos and books and people out there on the internet that'll tell you, don't read it. It's a religious trap. And look at this guy. And he thinks, all this craziness happened. Look, all I can say is this. If you actually do look into the Bible, of course, I asked AI, because that's what you do nowadays, right? It used to be Wikipedia, and now it's Ask AI. And when you look into oh my goodness, what button am I looking for? Where is it? Here it is. Boy, that was tough to find. There we go. Clickety click. Here. The Bible was written over a span of approximately 1,500 years across 3 different continents, Asia, Europe, and Africa. And in addition to that, there's over 300 prophecies written about in the Bible that have been fulfilled. So, before you start telling people, don't look at this book and don't listen to what he's saying because it's all about, religion and stuff. I'm not about religion. I am about the truth. You show me any other book that has that kind of papers to it, right? Receipts. Show me another book that even comes close to that. Oh, but it was manipulated by King James. I don't care. The living God that I believe in can get his message through that book, even with the Mandela effect, because I was able to read it and then see the changes happen. And what does he say in the book? He wanted you to write it in your heart. And so when the passages change, when they no longer says trespasses and it says debts, I still know trespasses. When Job says, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, and now it's been changed to the Lord gave and hath taken, like past tense, I still remember it in my heart the correct way. There's no other book that can have, this living word is a real thing. You can read a passage and then you can go back through it again. Like I'm reading the Gospels again. I love the Gospels, of course. Who doesn't? And then you can find parts that you didn't remember from the last time. Like your mind just kind of glazed over them is all I can think of, or you could say they appeared, but there's wow, that's a whole other thing I didn't even think of. So to me, that it continues to grow and it continues to grow my faith because it's the only way that you can get out of this mess. You want to watch the televised vision and see who you want to fight about. You want to fight about ICE or Ukraine or Palestine. I mean, there's so many things to fight about if you want. I mean, it sure looks like Trump's still fighting the last election, even though he supposedly won it. He's like 2 years into this or whatever it's been, seems like. And but no, this book that they tell you don't read it. God can get his word through it. The living God that we know that created us can get his ideas and words through that book, no matter what happens to it. I truly wholeheartedly believe. I know that, but I believe it in my heart. And so I find it fascinating when people are like, oh, don't do that. Don't read that. Don't make this about that. No, everything that we talk about, it's about this. You want to talk about the melt? How did it happen? Who did it? Why did they do it? How often did it happen? Crickets. Nobody has an answer. Or you look at the Bible, God's judgment multiple times. There's been he melts it like wax. Fervent heat. There's all kinds of explanations to the things that we're seeing. The Red Sea parting. Go look at the videos where they show you that there's horse bridles and spears and chariot wheels right at the crossing, and there's molten glass right where God's fire is supposed to be. That's what they're saying. It's out there. They supposedly now have not only parts of the cross that Jesus was crucified, the thorny crown they have not just the shroud of Turin, but some other body think that he was on him. Some others, when they said they were going to choose lots and go for his clothes or whatever that's passage, they have all that stuff. They have all the evidence of Jesus living and being crucified. Like, how much more do you need when you keep getting the same idea shown to you that multiple, not even just in the Bible, you can go to other, the Quran talks about Jesus and you've got the other testimonies, Josephus, all that stuff. This happened. This event happened. It's your history. You want to go look at the history that they teach you in school, in the, where they teach you in the indoctrination camps, where they say this building was built or founded in the 1800s and it took them like 2 days or something. You know what I mean? Like, they have these most ridiculous stories, yet we can't build it today like that. But you can look at these old pictures that I showed you, and those buildings were existing like that. That's what they looked like. When did that happen? We don't know how they did it. Oh, thank you. God bless you. Mad Peximus, thank you so much. But yeah, so it's like you want to teach whoever's watching and listening to you to not read the Bible and not believe in God. I don't agree with that. And so that's what I'm saying. I've always just done this show, and it's just me, because not everyone thinks the way I do except myself. And so to me, all of these things, you can talk about a subject till the cows come home, as they say, Moo. But at the same time, what does it all mean? Because if you throw out the Bible and you throw out God and Jesus and all that, what do you have left? What are you fighting over? What are you fighting for? What are you studying on? The idea that I'm going to go down in some history book as part of the resilience, to me, is laughable. And I'm always going to say, oh, remember that guy Ceiling Fan Man? Yeah, he's whatever. I'm not going for that. God put it in my heart to do this and to teach you the things that I've learned, and then you do what you want with that information. Because at the end of the day, as Suitcase would say,
information's out there. All you have to do is let it in.
So I'm just feeling blessed that I'm somehow part of that process to send out that information, and you believe in what you want. But for what I see, the water coming up from underneath makes sense, because I can't fathom why, and I've talked about this, I've had multiple videos on it over the years. Waterfalls don't make any sense to me. There's just a constant stream of water that never grows old, like what Niagara Falls or whatever, but there's some other famous ones. And you're going to tell me it's from snow melting, or there's a lake connected somehow that goes uphill the mountain and then comes over. None of that makes sense to me anymore. You're not explaining it perfectly or well enough. And then I came across this guy, and he kind of summed it up.
To me, how a waterfall works. Where does this water come from? It's just unlimited water comes down forever. And then you might say, oh, it comes from like a lake or an ocean. What, there's an ocean on top of the mountain? Where the does this water keep coming from? Oh, is it snow melting? What are you talking about? What are you actually talking about? It just comes unlimited forever? It's just unlimited water comes down? Where the does it come from? And if it comes from an ocean or a lake, does it just climb up, defy gravity? And you might say, Arya, are you on drugs right now? No, I'm not. I'm just curious because I don't think anybody actually knows where the water comes from.
That's why I look at these things and I see tree stumps. I've always seen it, especially on that, what's that one where they make the mashed potatoes out of it? Devil's Mountain or whatever. Yeah, Devil's Tower. That makes sense to me. God says the water comes from underneath. He gives us never-ending supply, and it comes out, and if they've cut the tree down, now it comes over out of the area of the water and creates a waterfall. That's what I see. Oops, what happened? Sorry. Messed it up. There. I've yet to actually see the water shooting out like in these videos, but there's so many of them now. It makes sense to me that if the water is coming up from the ground through the tree and then the tree's missing, then it's going to look like a waterfall coming out of a mountain. Because these trees, that's the other thing we have trouble understanding, is how large the world was back in the day. I mean, humans themselves were much larger. And then, of course, there's the Nephilim giants. And when you read the book, it talks about how God says the angels to cut down the trees. And I guess the thought is so the Nephilim can't hide in it when the flood comes. And so, but he also says, leave the stumps. Because I believe he wanted us to see the evidence of what the old world looked like. So we would, be able to understand it better. But don't forget.
There are no experts.
And lastly, you got this gentleman who, again, he does some good talks. I don't believe in everything he believes in either. But I thought this was interesting because it does fit along with what I'm talking about here.
God came, the Bible says God created the earth to be inhabited. Today, 3% of the world is habitable. 71% is underwater. 10% is under deserts. 10% is under ice caps. Then there's the mountain ranges and stuff. Before the flood, it was habitable. There were seas, but no oceans. Most of the water was stored under the crust of the earth. The Bible says the fountains of the deep broke open. It says he created the earth upon the waters. It also says he created water above the firmament. The firmament, it says, is where the birds fly. That's our atmosphere. There was a layer of water. The Jews have always taught it was a 3-finger thick layer of ice, completely surrounding the world like a crystal ball. This crystal canopy above the atmosphere, as it was 10 miles up. The air today goes out about 50 miles. See, it says in 2 Peter 3, the scoffers at the end of time would be ignorant of how God made the earth and the heavens, and how the earth was out of the water and in the water. Then this says they're also ignorant of the flood. The world was destroyed by that water.
And I find that interesting because one of the things I talk about is it's fascinating when you read the time span between when Noah and his family survived the flood and when Abraham was a young man or whatever, because at that point, God says Abraham was the last true believer. I mean, he became God's friend. because he was the last righteous man. That's what he says. And so you would think that if you lived through this flood, you'd be telling that all the time. That'd be the only dinner conversation, right? And then you'd be telling your children, their grandchildren, and that story should have continued, but somehow it stopped to where you end up with just Abraham. So this is a repetitive thing that we live in. The same thing keeps happening, and we as a people forget who God is, even though he continues to save us. But it says here about the fountains of the deep coming up. Where is it? And what do you say here? Yeah, how about that? So if it is true that 71% of the earth is still underwater, that's because the water leveled down to the living space we live on. And in the book of Job, it talks about, the dead things come out of the water and the inhabitants thereof. And somebody mentioned that, I guess, during my my Job discussion last week, I was having a lot of issues with the computer then. I highly recommend that you read that book. It's a fascinating book. But one of the things that happens, spoiler alert, is God comes in at the end after they've all commiserated and decided what's going on and why God's, allowing these things to happen to Job. And then I gotta clean these. And God says, basically, sit down and shut up. I don't remember seeing any of you there when I did this or that. And he asked how does this work? How does that work? Nobody knows. None of us know. That's the wild thing.
There are no experts.
All we can do is theorize, and that's it. When will we actually know what's going on? When it won't even matter. When we're out of this place and we're in the better place, all the information will be there, but it won't matter at that point. That's just the funny irony about all of this. So the best that we can do is fall in love. No, the best that we can do is, every time I say that sentence, I have to end it that way. It's weird. That must be from the pink drink. The best that we can do is theorize on things, but know that it doesn't matter who you're listening to or how many years experience they say they have or how many books they've written or read or whatever. Nobody knows. Again, read the book of Job, and that'll tell you that that we know nothing. What does that one guy say? Yeah, Schultz. I know nothing. Right. I used to have that as a drop too. Okay, so let's see. Where are we at? Go in your comments here. I like it. That's why your nose grows when you lie, because no one knows. I get it. Nice. I see what you did there. Let's see. The butterfly doesn't care about the cocoon. Exactly. Okay. Where are we at? Yes, we live on the ball. BAAL. Absolutely. With the snake in the ocean, the Leviathan. So, okay. And he might be, just like you can look at clips of what's his name, Admiral Byrd, and there's no way that they would allow him to go on a big forum like that and say all the things he said unless they allow it. So he could very well be. He has some interesting theories that, just like, how many people are watching Joe Rogan now? Suddenly he's like, everyone goes there and talks to him. But and before him was Alex Jones, and so they say truth amongst the lies. So I hear you. So yes, I've talked about this story. It's one of my favorite stories in the Bible. Or is that one in Jasher? But there's this real quick. Abraham's dad, that's what he did for a living. He was an idol maker. And so he goes to visit him, and he has this whole room of idols with this giant one in the front of the room. And it upsets Abraham so much. He tells his mother to make this, amazing plate of food, and he takes it to the idol room and he sets it down and he waits for them to eat it, and they don't. And so he does it at least two, maybe a third time, where he has his mom make these, amazing meals. And so finally, on the whatever is the second or third night, and nobody's eating it, he takes this giant stick that's in there and he smashes every single one of the idols except the big one, and he sticks the stick in the big one's hand. But apparently it makes so much noise because they weren't watching Netflix back then. It makes so much noise that his dad comes running in and says, "My God, what have you done?" And Abraham's like, "I didn't do it. He did it. And look, he still has a stick in his hand. It proves to you that he did it." And his dad was like, "That's impossible." He said, "No, I put the food down, and the other idols tried to eat it before they gave reverence to the big one and allowed him to have first, dibs on it. And so he got mad and smashed them all. And he yelled at him for lying to him and stuff. He says, there's no way that these could do that. And so he says, well, then why do you pray to them? Because they're not alive. They're just idols. And, God doesn't like it, basically. And then he takes it and he smashes the big one and he takes off because his dad then tries to get him thrown in jail. I mean, the story continues from there. But, yeah, that's a pretty fun one. I like that. One of my favorite stories. So, and what do we have here? This is for you, Lewis.
I don't feel dirty. I don't feel dirty.
So, yeah, you snuck in, but you got caught. And yeah, maybe a little bit of roid rage. I don't know, but it's a great story. So, okay. And maybe he did idolize his dad, and then that's why he got so upset. So that could be. That's a cool story, bro. So, all right. What else we got? All right. Let's see. What's this? And so why does he keep talking about this kind of stuff? Because it is a spiritual battle that we're in, and you don't even realize it. There's a passage, again, that's changed, but it goes like this. My people perish for lack of knowledge. It now no longer says that in the KJV. It says my people are destroyed. However, my people perish for lack of knowledge. They do it right in front of your eyes. They're selling witchcraft candles in the grocery stores.
Have you traveled all around the store? I've walked around it, yeah. You in the work? No, I can. What's up? What you want to do? Let's go. Where's it taking us? Y'all see this? Oh, wow, the Santa Muerte. All these. Bro, they sell the Santa Muerte at the grocery store now. Look, that's ridiculous. Listen. Bro, this is the black one. Angel? That's, yeah, this is Santa Muerte, the spirit of death. This is the bigger trick. What color is this? Red. What color is this? Green. When you come to these, they have no name on them. But they're the same candles. Red. Okay, you're saying, okay, I see what you're saying. Wow. So even with us following Christ, you have to be careful because you can pick up this candle thinking you're doing something, which is pagan and religious, but you mean well. But while you burning this, thinking of something else, you're giving all your worship to Satan. That's so you have to be careful. What's crazy? We just came from a witchcraft store to preach the gospel. Are you serious, bro? We just came from one. Hallelujah. We're known for exposing Santa Muerte, the spirit of the spirit of death. Different colors, red, black, right? And they all mean different things. Why? This means vengeance. Like anytime, like let's say somebody got divorced and they want to get back to that husband or that wife, they'll burn this candle and say, "Get them." Boyfriend too. Boyfriend, all that. Girlfriend, friends. If you're married with your cousin, aunt, uncle. Bro, look at this one. This is insane. This is at a franchise, at a grocery store. They're now selling witchcraft candles. Santa Muerte. And this is why God is exposing it. Millions of views because this thing is trying to spread.
So there you go. So even just simply buying a candle, you don't realize that there's another meaning to it. And you could say, oh, well, no, I don't believe it. They do. The witchcraft, it's written about in the Bible. There's things you're not supposed to do, sorcery and stuff. He doesn't say because they're BS. he says because basically it's dangerous and leads to perishing. My people perish for lack of knowledge. So just something simple as wanting to light a candle, and turns out that you're doing a ritual. So we have to be vigilant all the time. The devil's like a roaring lion, just waiting to pounce. And just so you know. All right, let's hit this up before I get people upset at me. We have a decent amount this week. Doesn't want to play.
This week in scary space news.
Okay. What's first? Oh, this one. Okay. Maybe this isn't actually scary space news, but they mentioned it because this happened in the 80s. And you remember this, Jeannie. I'm sure you do. They had these mini trampolines that became all the rage, and it became a major home fitness trend. It was marketed as a NASA approved way to exercise. So I thought I'd show you this because this was going on in the 80s.
You on the mat and begin a very gentle bouncing up and down.
I thought this was
As you get better, lift one leg up, and as it tires, alternate legs. And simply bounce,
had one of these.
holding it there. And just simply bounce. When you get to a more advanced degree, you can lift both legs up and put your body into a V shape.
I think I'm watching the Man Show all of a sudden. They used to do that, but yeah. So anyways, so that's what, and I just thought it was interesting because it's a NASA approved way to exercise. Of course it is. All right. What's this? And here's the wild thing. We're apparently going back to the moon, and nobody seems to care. There's 29,000 views, but this has been up for almost a week now.
And here we go. Hydrogen burn-off igniters initiated.
And of course, they're wearing orange, which is symbolizes 33.
Team is preparing for our mission around the moon.
4-stage engine start.
They're making it look like an MCU movie's coming out.
3, 2, 1.
If you had a chance
now we have like the dancing nurses and stuff. So
to choose who would join you on a journey around the moon, who would?
In any case, so they're going back to the moon, and it seems like nobody cares, but they're making it like it's the new MCU movie.
Each of us bring different strengths to the table, and we work together to accomplish the mission.
Meanwhile, they still have Space Force that's never left the planet, so I don't know why they call it Space Force. So, okay, what's that? That was not safe for work? Oh, come on, Jenny, that wasn't that bad. I was a person on trampoline. So, yeah, back to the moon, right? Exactly. And then I showed the video that I think it's this guy in the end where he says that they're going to finally get to go through the Van Allen belts and stuff. I don't know. They are some of the worst astronaut actors. I agree, Jacob. This is a pretty bad space farce. Exactly. Who said that? Enjoy movies. Yeah. All right. What's this one? Did you know this is going on? So Saturn has 146 moons, but now they just discovered another 128. So this is supposedly going around Saturn right now. Of course, if you look at Saturn, you don't see this going on, but that's what's happening. I don't know if the music's actually playing around Saturn, but look at this. I mean, it's just, it's insanity. They just keep changing their own lives. So but that cartoon proves it. And then you got, what is this? Oh, this guy's cool. I like his accent too, but he says some interesting things in this.
L'espace n'est pas crédible et c'est fait exprès. Prenez ces deux astronautes en interview.
Have you ever looked away from Earth into the black void?
Ils se regardent et se demandent quoi répondre.
Yeah, because when you look at the different videos of astronauts, some say they see all tons of stars. Some say they didn't see any stars. Some only see the stars at night. Some see the stars in the day and the night. They never know. They can't keep up with their lies.
Yeah, because you can see, because you can see the stars.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Ils font aucun effort, même pas semblant d'être cohérents, parce qu'ils vous laissent le choix. Les mauvais graphismes, les images mal détourées, les animations.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is supposedly the actual when India landed on the moon. Come on, people. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Gotta love one another right now.
Les animations PS2, c'est leur façon de vous dire la vérité. Et si vous continuez à les croire, c'est que vous êtes prêts à la transition. Parce que l'espace, c'est un jeu vidéo.
Whoa, we're floating in space? Who made this place? It's awesome.
Une métaphore. Ils ne vont nulle part. Ils vous conditionnent à quitter la réalité.
And that vision is what drives us today, to help people get together in virtual spaces.
À accepter une prison digitale. La conquête de l'espace, c'est une conquête de vos esprits. Et chaque événement mondial suit le même agenda. La fausse pandémie pour vous enfermer chez vous, travailler en ligne. Le faux réchauffement climatique.
You want me to read it in case you can't, if you don't speak French? He's saying that, like I was just showing you, all these different events that are happening that lock you inside and you work online. You get locked into smart cities. Then you end up with the cryptocurrency, as it seems like they're crashing the all the different markets right now. And then you escape into music, cinema, fashion, and it reprograms you. And so he's saying, you know, they want us to just become one with the machine, basically. I mean, that's what they've always told us in all the Terminator movies and all that stuff. And you can go through this, but basically that's what he's comparing it to, is they're locking us into a fake reality world. And that's the space that we're heading towards. So, yeah. Let's see. What do we got going here? Okay. Let's kill that.
So,
like, would you do this? And no electrician would ever make a space like this with all these wires hanging down. But if this water gets into any of these electronics and you're in space, couldn't it effectively do some damage?
Wet washcloth. Get the microphone so you can hear me while I'm talking. And now let's start wringing it out. It's really wet.
Just let all this water fly around, right? Look, I was a Star Trek, Star Wars, NASA fanboy. I loved all
Here's
this
a
stuff.
soaking.
But now I realize they're just liars. I mean, these things get recreated in home computers at this point now. But yeah, you wouldn't let all that water fly around if it was so dangerous out there. No, doesn't make sense. Or the fact that thing, this. Who's updating the computer systems, the wiring, and the interior of the ISS for the last 25 years? Oops. Kill old music. It can take 6 hours and 3 days to get to the ISS. And here's the kitchen. Most of the food is freeze dried and heated in an oven. In the bathroom. But they also don't talk about how they get in and out. You never see them get in and out of these seats. When did they install all these windows? Because when you look at these old videos, they don't have them. So are people somehow like fixing things up there and changing things that we don't know? It's interesting. And the fact that that's been up there and it never like has any seals blow out or any issues of space debris crack. I think one time, and they said they plugged it with his thumb and then duct tape or something. I don't know. And they put it as an album cover to show you what it looked like. But other than that, this thing has been up there and never has a problem going through the intense heat and coldness of space. But They can fix everything with a screwdriver, Joy. Yeah, exactly. I've heard them say that too, Jacob. They're going to crash it into the ocean one of these days. So we'll see. Okay. And this, just again, to show you the people make fun of us if we point out things that don't make sense. Like, why does this shadow in this direction and this shadow in this direction, the shadows don't match? So he says, hey, Grok, explain it to me like I'm 5 years old. Well, Grok and also the readers that show no context needed. Non-parallel lines are a result of perspective effects and uneven lunar terrain. The phenomena is not unique to the moon. And they say you can do this on Earth. I don't know. Unless you have another light source, I don't see how you're doing this. But what do I know? But according to Grok and the rest of the world, we're stupid for questioning this because science and math and shut up. Meanwhile, you've got this. Now, I double check this. This is actually NASA video. And the guy asked Grok, there's a man who briefly appears in this clip. How did he survive on the moon's surface, 249,000 miles away in the cold, hard vacuum of space without any spacesuit? Explain to me like I'm 5. That's how I ask God to tell me things now, too. But yeah, check this out. Right there. It's not a spacesuit. So, you go, what does Grok say? Okay. The man isn't a real person walking on the moon without a suit. It's just a shadow or a blurry spot from the old video camera, or maybe a rock or part of the spaceship that looks like a guy due to fuzzy quality. The moon has no air, so suits are required as needed to survive. This is a common optical trick, illusion, and low resolution, not proof of faking. So Grok is saying this is a trick of the eye. It's a rock. It's not a guy. It's part of the spaceship. It's just bad resolution. It's not somebody bending over and picking something up. Okay. Copsplaining by Grok. Exactly. Yeah, it's nothing. Nothing to see here, right? Is that police squad or whatever? Nothing to see here. Go home. So there you go. Next. What's the last one here? The moon map. And I truly believe God's sense of humor, if we wanted to see the living space we live on and we just look up and it's right there, that's funny. But I've discussed this many times. Sometimes they're hard to see, but this person does a really good video, I feel, because this Tycho crater we can see with the naked eye. And how can you do that on an object that's 249,000 miles away?
47 moon map. It's crazy. Wait till you see how they have overlaid the Earth on this. I took this actual page out of the moon map book, which I go over the entire book in my subscription channel. You got to check it out, but let's just go ahead and get started. So Mount Sinai, which you see right here. Check this out. By the way, this is what I do. I dive into old maps. When I found this map book, I just went off. I've probably been playing around with this map for the whole book, actually, for about, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours.
And I have to say something. There was a kind of supernatural event for me when I was visiting my parents and I was rearranging some books looking for something to read. I found a book that had fallen down on the shelf, and it was that book, Chariots of the Gods. And when I opened it, it had an inscription on a card. And the book was inscribed to myself and my brother, but we were just babies at that time when he did it because he passed when we were really young. In any case, he wrote 2 things. He said, get yourself an unabridged dictionary and a good set of maps. And the only other thing that was in that book was another index card that was blank, but it was stuck in a page, and the page talked about the Earth being flat in that book. And so I've always thought that when I think of this kind of thing about maps, because I believe the season that we're in, what I believe is we're in the little season, pizza, and he's manipulated, the devil has manipulated all kinds of things in our timeline, our history, the year we live in. We're supposed to have 13 months in the year, we have 12. We're supposed to have 13 hours, we have 12. All these things have been changed and manipulated throughout time, so that but the map makers, for some reason, the maps come through. Because you can't tell me that every map maker was like on mushrooms or psychedelics, that they're drawing giants and monsters and sea creatures. I think that stuff was around, at least in some level. But anyways, let's go back to this one.
Some of the stuff I found in there, I'm not going to get into it here, but dates that I found that confirm dates that we talk about on my channel, you should check it out. It's crazy. Anyways, that Mount Sinai area I was talking about, that's where the button is at, okay? The button, I'm putting up a little picture of the moon, but that little button area, that's where Mount Sinai is. They have on the previous page, which I show in the full, I had like a 10-15 minute video on it, where I went page by page by page.
Let's see if I can show where he does it.
Here's Mount Etna showing. There's it for Sicily, and then there's the island of Sicily, right? And then you have the Mediterranean all around that. And then I would say if we're going up here, right, we got the Alps right here. We got Italy there, so.
Let's see if I can fast forward. Where is it? Well, maybe he just shows it at the beginning.
More to come.
Sorry, people. Let's see. Yeah. When you watch some of these actual maps, when they connect the two of them, the Earth and the Moon, it's pretty fascinating. So, but I think that would be something God would do for certain, is to just put it right there in our face, because everything is hidden in plain sight. The information is out there. You just have to let it in. And those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, is what he says. I'm just paraphrasing. Okay, let's see. I think that covered all that. What's left on here? Okay, let me. Let's see. Okay. Clickety click. Go here, 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 and here. Okay, so to continue on with our giant tree, water coming from inside the earth theory. I like this guy. He used one of these programs to show you what they might have looked like.
You guys are ready for this one. Someone AI'd the flat-topped mountains and basalt columns, or otherwise ancient tree stumps, around the world, and showed what they would look like as trees. And these are the trees mentioned in the book of Enoch, which reached the heavens during the time of Noah. Hello. Now, I think they would actually be taller. Like, obviously, that is insanely tall.
Right. I agree with him. They would have been even taller than this.
But I think they went even higher up there. Think of Jack and the Beanstalk. He lived up a giant stalk of a plant in the clouds in a giant ancient tree. And Jack had to go. Now, didn't they say in the book of Enoch? Here's Ayers Rock, by the way, in Australia. I wouldn't doubt it. Here's the crazy part, though. Jack and the Beanstalk, he had to go up the tree. And here's Devil's Tower. How could I forget? Beautiful, man. I can imagine when that was a tree. I would love to tree house in there. Are you kidding me? But here's the crazy part. Jack and the Beanstalk, he went up there to slay the giant who stole his dad's castle from up there. And what did they say? God sent down 200 angels to cut down the ancient trees so that the giants couldn't climb the trees to survive the flood. I'm telling you right now, something ain't adding up with the official story of how our Earth's history has came to be, man. 100%. The more you go down the rabbit hole of
let's see. So is that it? I think that was everything now. So I thought that was pretty good. And then they always have to try to make us believe in evolution, which again, to me, that's one of the most ridiculous stories now when I think about it. And so they throw in this. So now the earliest known vertebrae had 4 eyes. See, they were even making fun of people with glasses back then. And they work a lot like ours do. And see, here's the can you imagine? That's the cartoon they have of the 4-eyed Mullicumegid, a jawless fish that lived 500 million years ago. Prove that. You can't. So what are they going to find? They're going to find some kind of fossilized bone that they think was from this, whatever this creature was. But the soft tissue should be gone. You wouldn't know it had 4 eyes. Maybe they found a little tiny pair of glasses next to him. Huh? I get one of those. So the jawless 4-eyed creature, because they want to make you think that the earth is 500 million years old and evolution is a real thing. You want to go over evolution? A primordial soup created fish creatures that eventually decided to leave the only area they ever knew of food and walk on land to see where that took them. And then some of those creatures turned into mammals magically. And then those mammals, some of those turned into monkeys. And some of those monkeys said, I like staying a monkey, but other monkeys continued on and became us. Why the other monkeys didn't want to continue, I don't know. Meanwhile, all the in-between animals, they don't exist. We can't find any fossils of those. We just tell you what happened. But the most intriguing thing to this day for me about evolution is some of the mammals that came out of the water and walked around said, I don't like it here. And they went back in the water and they became dolphins and whales. That's the official story. And if that doesn't make you question it, I can't help you. There's nothing I can do because that's so ridiculous to me. And the fact that they want to tell you dinosaurs exist and they fake bones all the time. They tell you what color they were or what feathers they had. They have no way of knowing any of this. They've never heard one, and yet everyone knows what dinosaurs sound like. There's a guy inventing dinosaur sounds, right? And in addition to that, they don't want to make you believe that there was giant people. Because if the people were giant, it goes in the Bible and it cuts off millions of years and makes our earth only about 6,000 years. A lot of people are speculating. And that would ruin everything. That would ruin space. That would ruin evolution. That would put God back into the picture. And they don't want that. The oligarchs, the people in charge, Satan himself. Oh, I've seen this guy before. So he went boots on the ground and found some of these buildings, like these buildings, that we still don't know how they made them. And we're supposed to believe they did this with like horse and buggy. We used to have the flat earth people. There's people in there that were like, oh no, they did this with giant horses and they carved it. And it took a long time. And they used every resource for miles and miles away and every person. And you didn't see your family because they were busy carving little statues and stuff on buildings that we can't even recreate today. Yeah, that makes sense. Look at this. Like, why? Why are they building such gigantic, monstrous buildings? A lot of places don't even have roads yet for like a dozen people. I mean, these buildings are monstrous. So there was some kind of reset that happened on one period in time. And then they repopulated these cities, and then they gave you fake nonsense stories about them. But some of them have like floors that go down below because the earth is now higher up, mud flood, revelation, a lot of things could happen. And then I think we end up with evidence of buildings that some damage happened to, like this person. I don't know if you've ever seen this gentleman. His name is JT, follows JC. Good channel. So here, look at this guy.
Well, guys, we finally made it to the Valley of Fire, and this place is ridiculous. You come here, you got to go off trail a little bit because this place is just too cool. But check out this crazy rock over here. They don't follow. I'm trying to videotape it, but look how skinny it is over here. Is that wild? I'm
This
telling you
really
guys,
looks like
you have to
something
come
was
here.
melted here.
Especially if you're into meltology. There's just caves and little holes and
So I can totally see that this was some type of structure and this is what's left over. I have no problem with that.
I mean, there's just endless amounts of these little kind of like tiny little cubbies and caves and stuff. Other parts, but look, it has these seams down this canyon. This is weird. This trail over here is called the Mouse Trap, Mouse Tank or Trap, and it's got petroglyphs all over this thing. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, I'm
Careful.
all right.
Okay, good.
Don't worry.
Be
I'm a
happy.
content creator. Okay, let's see. Check it out, like right over here. Yeah, look at that. I will try to show as much as I can, but to appreciate it, you need to come here.
And you know, I understand you can say that this could just be millions of years of sedimentary layer piled upon pile, but why did it stop? How come we still don't see new Earth appearing and burying this current civilization to the next one? Because they literally find cities like you go to Seattle, there's a city underneath it that they had a giant fire or something went through, and so rather than fix it, they dumped dirt, is what we're supposed to believe, leveled it out, and built a city on top of that. I mean, that goes all over the world. There's multiple cities like that where they're built on top of the old city. I can see these as being some type of a brick structure or some kind of structure with these lines that are so perfect. I can see that. Am I right? I don't know. None of us were there. None of us can prove our side, regardless of what you believe. But I do believe in God, and He says that He's going to leave things for us to see, to not go through the same things that we did before. I truly believe the book of Job is one of those things. You read about all these horrible things that happened to this gentleman. Why? Because the story is for us to read, to understand how we're supposed to live our lives and understand why bad things happen to good people. And so I believe that's one of the many stories that comes out of that book. And so wrapping it all up, I would say this. We live in a very, unique time, of course. But when we're finding out that so much of the world is lied to us, and there's provable things within that, but I think it goes even beyond what they've announced, obviously. So if the world is lying to you, and then there's God, and God says, have no fear. And the world tells you the opposite. The world tells you to fear. That's all it tells you. So I want to live in the world that knows God, because knowing God means, I know He already knows all of us, but now when you meet Jesus, He doesn't say that saying, I don't know you, go away. Because that to me is the most terrifying passage in the entire book. And so, I know I did have something I wanted to show you. That's in these pictures here. See if I can bring those up. Clickety click. Yeah, this. Okay. And so I'm talking, I understand, to a few different people. I'm talking to non-believers that hear what I have to say and really don't want to listen, or, just kind of, shuffle it off. It's not important. I understand that. But I'm also talking to believers. And lately there has been, I've seen it over the years. I felt it over the years myself, where we just get exhausted and tired of this, tired of what's happening in the world, tired of trying to tell people that don't want to listen to us what's happening around them, and just mentally exhausted. And so this passage just showed up again, and I thought I would share it tonight in case you haven't seen it. And it's Jeremiah 12:5-6. If thou hast run with the footmen, and they have wearied thee, then how can thou contend with horses? And if in the land of peace, wherein thou hast trusted, they weary thee, then how wilt thou do in the swelling of the Jordan? For even thy brethren and the house of thy father, even they have dealt treacherously with thee. Yea, they have called a multitude after thee. Believe them not, though they speak fair words unto thee. And my takeaway on that is this. God knows that we're going to go through these times. There's many times where he says the saints get worn out. If you're awake and you're watching this, then you've probably been doing this for a while now, and it gets tiring, especially if the world doesn't want to hear anything other than what the television says. If you talk like this, you're fringe, you're whatever. And so I get that. God says it's not going to be easy talking like this. He says that they're going to persecute you and say all kinds of things about you. But we're not supposed to concentrate on that. We're supposed to concentrate on the kingdom. We're supposed to concentrate on our relationship with God, because he knows you and he knows what's in your heart. He knows what you desire and what you need, and he'll fulfill that. He says, actually, don't even worry about it. He feeds the birds and they never care where their food's coming from, and the hairs on your head are numbered. He'll take care of you. And so you're not even supposed to worry about food and drink and all that. You can pray for it, but don't stress over it. Don't worry about it, because God knows that and he'll fill it in. What he wants you to concentrate on is changing yourself, getting better, in line with not just yourself, but with your relationship with God. And the rest will take care of itself. He'll fill in the blessings that you need. He'll do that for you. Just keep your eye on the prize. And it's not obviously gold and silver and all the things that the material things that we're watching just go crashing down. It's none of that. You need to make that relationship. If you haven't done it already, it's so easy. Just find a quiet spot and sit there and relax, close your eyes and talk to him. And you'll have the experience. Your cat may vary. Your experience is different than mine, but he'll answer you. You just have to have the ears to hear, the eyes to see, the patience to listen, and he'll come to you. It's an amazing thing. And then all the rest of this doesn't matter, because the world's going to go on regardless. You can be fearful about everything going on that we talked about tonight and other things that I didn't even talk about. You just turn on the television for 20 minutes and you can find a bunch of things to be afraid of. But God says, more than really anything in that book, have no fear. The fear of the Lord is where wisdom starts. So, having said that, I hope this message is reaching the voice of the ears that God wants me to reach. And I truly do appreciate everybody that shows up here and comes to this chat and writes and hits the like and all that stuff. I appreciate my members, my subscribers, Patreons, all that. Thank you so much. It's a very small channel, but it's growing eventually. But that's okay. I'm only supposed to reach the people that God wants me to reach. And if I do that, I've done I've done what I was supposed to do, because my treasures I'll store up in heaven. And I don't even do it for that. I do it for the love, because God put it in my heart to do it, and I enjoy doing it. So God willing, let's continue to do this. We'll do it again definitely next Friday. But please, dear Lord, watch over us and guide us through these times. Fill our hearts with joy. Give us the strength and the patience to be able to make it through this. We're sick, we're hurting, we're tired. We know that you'll comfort us. And we ask you right now that you comfort all the ones that are hurting and tired and just feel overwhelmed. Please come to us right now and help us through these times. And thank you for the people that you gathered together. And thank you for my voice, that I can reach more people and have more people find the same joy, or at least don't feel so much alone as a lot of us feel in these times. And they are dark times, but you're a shining light, and we appreciate all of our blessings. And thank you, Lord, for continuing to watch over us, our families, and our loved ones, and our friends and neighbors. And we'll make this through together. And I thank you for that blessing. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. All right. It's 2.5 hours. Tank's kind of empty. So thank you all for being here. It's been a wonderful blessing to have you all here again. And with that, you get this.
Class is dismissed.
Okay. So let's see you all again next week. God, Lord willing, good Lord willing, we'll be here, and have a wonderful weekend. And and go Hawks. Oh wait, that's next weekend. All right, I'll say that next weekend. All right. Good night, everyone. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend. Thank you for coming.
I'm the satellite.
500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
Satellite transfer complete.